that'd be opening. Another nice throw there. Good little haul, that one. What's going on, guys, and welcome to another Sammy Hitzke fishing adventure. It is everybody's favourite time of the year. It's prawning season, so I'm out with the Phantom. It's early morning. We're hopefully going to rustle up a feed of tasty little river prawns. Yeah, there's been a few good reports around. Apparently meant to be a bit scattered at the moment, but I reckon if you put the effort in, we should be able to find a few.
I reckon so. We'll give it a go.
Let's give it a red hot crack.
Give it a throw.
Yeah, got a couple there. Got a couple there. First throw of the day. Feels like a success. Yeah. Good size too. Not bad for first cast, good size too. So yeah, it's a good start. You get some?
Yeah.
That's a really nice average size actually. Very nice. That's a good medium-sized prawn, that. Hey.
It works. First cast, new net. First cast from new net is a success. Very happy with that.
Pack up and go home. Have a go at this guy. A couple of big prawns in there.
Yeah, that looks good.
Whew. Got him. Another nice throw there. Good little haul, that one. Not too many smalls in there. Well, that is frozen salt water, so it's like a saltwater slurry. That keeps them extremely cold. Keeps them in top-notch eating condition. Oh, a little extra on there. A little bonus. Yeah, but out here. It's a good one. A little bit harder work at the moment, but that's a nice throw. Some really nice prawns in there. Really nice. Ow! One just got me. cheeky. One good throw away from a bucket. Well, there you go, guys. That's the first 10 litres. Some nice medium-sized prawns in there. It's yeah, chipping away at it. No massive throws, but a couple of good throws. Puts a little dint in the tally. It's good. Chipping away. There's a feed there at least. Alright, that's a good one. Making good progress on this second bucket. Like that. Oh yeah. Yeah, that'd be opening. That'd be borderline illegal. Did you get a few? And that is the best part of bucket number 2. We're going to call it a day on that. That's plenty for a really good feed. They've seemed to have tapered off a bit. Plenty of nice medium-sized prawns in there. I think we'll call that a win. A big win, I'd say. What do you reckon?
A very good start to the season.
Very good start.
Yeah.
Look at that. For a start of the season prawn, that's a cracker. Tasty, tasty, tasty. Well guys, after gathering a couple of buckets of prawns, the next logical place to see me is right here in the kitchen. Now, we're doing something a little bit different today, and I have my neighbour, Chef Julian, to thank for it. He inspired this idea and told me how to do it, and I've been doing it since he told me. It's an absolute cracker. Now, how many times do you get a feed of prawns and you end up with a big container full of heads like that? They go in your bin, they stink until the bin gets emptied, and you just nothing really to do with them. Well, today we're going to be using these guys to make prawn oil. Now, prawn infused oil, I should say. It's very simple to do and an awesome way to utilise otherwise rubbish part of the prawn. Now, obviously on smaller prawns you can deep fry them whole and you eat the head, but on these bigger ones, if you deep fry them whole, they can get a bit meaty and a bit tough. Now, first step, what we're going to do is grab a big oven tray like this and just load it with as many prawn heads as you want. Now, I've only got prawn heads at the moment because I left the shells on the tail, but you can use all of the shell, so you can use the tail sections as well. You can also do this with crabs and I'm assuming lobsters and stuff as well. Don't have the luxury of getting lobsters very often, but yeah, Julian said crabs works even better. So your muddies, your sandies, all that sort of stuff, go to town. Now, one thing to keep in mind, the more shells and heads and bits and pieces that you use in this little method, the stronger your infused flavour is going to be. So if you really like prawns and you want a rich prawn flavour, load it up to the absolute hilt. If you only want a little slight little hint of a prawn, don't use that much. I love prawns, so I'm going to town. Now this is a pretty basic prawn oil method. You can go to town and use heaps of other flavors and add it in there and make your own combinations, but I'm just going to keep it simple today. I'm going to add some whole cloves of garlic. Just chuck them anywhere there. And we're going to put this in the oven to roast for about half an hour at 180 degrees. You want those shells to go nice and pink, and you'll get that nice rich prawny roasted smell. And that's how you know they're done. It's been about 35 minutes. You'll be able to see the prawns have changed colour. They're now a light pink kind of cook's colour, not the full red that you get when you boil them, but a light pink, and there's some white bits there. But what you'll really notice is the smell. You get this really strong prawn fragrance, I guess. It is very crustacean-y. Smells absolutely awesome, but it's time for the next part. Grab yourself some tongs and a big pot, obviously depending on how much you want to make, and chuck them all in. Garlic in as well. Don't worry about peeling it. It'll be right. Then grab a potato masher and give it all a big squish, crunch. That's going to let all the yum flavors out. It's also going to get rid of a lot of the space wasting. Should look a little something like that. Place on low heat. Well, on a burner that can do both high and low, but you don't want it too hot. And add your oil. So I'm going to use some olive oil, but I have been told you can use any oil you like. Now we use olive oil because it's very versatile, and once it's infused with this prawn flavouring, it's going to be perfect for pasta and pizza bases, all those sorts of things. I've also done it with rice bran oil, which is turned out a treat as well. Now another thing you can add in is some tomato paste. It brings a nice richness and a bit of sweetness to it as well. You just got to make sure it's mixed through. Now you want to cook that on high heat for about 4 to 5 minutes. Then give it a big smash down with your potato masher, really crush those heads up, and then let it simmer. Turn the heat right down and let it simmer for a minimum of 45 minutes. But you can go as long as like 2 to 3 hours if you've got the time, but usually 45 minutes is enough. Unless you want hectic flavors, then go the distance. Righto guys, that's been an hour. Time to grab your pot off the heat and use a strainer and strain your oil through that into a container, because you're going to have to let it cool for a little while. Then little by little put some of the heads in, give them a bit of a press and try and drain the oil out. Probably handy to have some paper towel on hands in case you spill heaps of heads like I did. And the end result is that there. Liquid prawny gold. Got a nice red colour. Smells delicious, and it's ready for your next pasta dish or whatever you want to do with it. It's the perfect addition to many things, many things. You're going to have to let that cool for a few hours before you put it into a container, but I recommend using your old oil container. That's my last batch, but still going on it. Looks good. But yeah, if you use your old oil container, it's got a little pourer at the top. Winning! Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have a very basic but delicious prawn oil. From here, you can add all sorts of different flavors in there and create whatever you want. Your imagination is the only limitation. Go to town with it, have some fun, and let me know if you do something that works out really well, because I'm pretty keen to try it. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did like or learn something, make sure you hit the like button, leave us a comment below. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, because there's plenty more fishing action to come every single Sunday, I might add. And if you did want to support the channel, head over to my website, sammyhitzkefishing.com. Got all different types of merch, hats, shirts, heaps of different stuff. So head over and check it out. See if anything tickles your fancy, guys. Thanks very much for tuning in, and I'll catch you next week for another Sammy Hitzke fishing adventure. Cheers.